What's the crack and welcome back to the Alan's YouTube channel. I'm coming back at you with another Helldivers 2 tier list, this time on sentry turrets. I'm going to be mixing and matching calling them turrets or sentries throughout the video, but that's just the way I operate. I'm not good at sticking to a name. Anyway, our tiers for today are Democracy Incarnate, Helldivers Certified, Meh, and the Tesla I just didn't do. Wasting no time, let's get into the machine gun turret. An agile automated machine gun turret will fire at targets even if Helldivers are caught in the crossfire. Call-in time of 4.75 seconds, unlimited uses, and a 90-second cooldown. This machine gun turret is your basic sentry. Decent fire rate, medium armor penetrating, and swivels very quickly to acquire a new target. This turret also stops shooting when acquiring a new target, making it a lot safer than the likes of the sentry gun turret. More on that one in a second. The sentry is amazing for clearing out low-level chaff, but elites and heavier enemies will rush it and actually target it, destroying it before it even gets a chance, because it can't even damage these heavier enemies. So it doesn't really give the turret a chance. The short cooldown time, however, counters this problem, as you can just call it in again in like 20 seconds after they destroy it. But that's still a bit dodgy if you're trying to hold down an area. However, this is great for holding down an area, or even just distracting the heavier enemies while you sneak away. Say you have no ammo, you throw this thing away, and it starts shooting at the heavier enemies. Heavier enemies target it, the patrol targets it, and it goes straight for the sentry gun turret. You can sneak away without them even knowing you were there. They just thought the turret dropped in from the sky for absolutely no reason. Which, as we know, turrets just don't seem to do, but those stupid robots don't even know that. So for that reason, I think I'm going to be sliding this one into Helldivers Certified for the second tier. I think it fits well in there because it's just your standard weapon. Swiftly moving on to the fastest firing sentry of the bunch, the Gatling sentry. An automated turret with an extremely high rate of fire. Caution though, does not check if friendly units are in the line of fire. Call-in time of 4.75 seconds, unlimited uses, and a cooldown time of 150 seconds. This armor-penetrating sentry is a team kill and self-kill machine. You have to be so careful when placing this thing. As mentioned, the Gatling turret does not stop firing whenever it's turning, making it insanely easy to team kill when it's switching targets. However, this sentry can absolutely destroy patrols, absolutely destroy chaff, and cleans out bug nests with ease. Set this thing up on a ridge and a heavy bug nest, and providing there's no heavies, it will clear out the whole nest of enemies. It does have the same problem as the machine gun sentry, however, where heavier enemies will actually target this thing and take it out. But you can rack up some serious kill streaks with this thing. But if you want to have safety from the team kill, well, not team kill, it will still kill teammates. But if you want to have safety from killing yourself, just lie down in front of it and hopefully it won't shoot downwards. But for the pure incineration this thing can cause, I'm going to slap this one into the top tier of Democracy Incarnate. Now, onto the sentry I had the hardest time getting clips for. The Mortar sentry. A turret firing powerful shells in a high arc, effective at long ranges, and able to strike enemies from behind cover. Call-in time of 4.75 seconds, unlimited uses, and a cooldown time of 180 seconds. This sentry seems almost situational. It's amazing at staggering enemies, and it's decent at killing chaff. It shines in defense-type missions like defending the missiles while they launch. However, this is another sentry where it's very easy to team kill and self-kill. If this thing targets an enemy that's rushing you, chances are the sentry will kill you before you kill that enemy. And even if you do kill that enemy, once the shell is fired, it is not changing course before it lands. It is going to land square on your massive, massive forehead. Able to clear out chaff and some medium armor enemies like striders, it's a good option for a loadout, but just beware of its drawbacks. We'll also need a decent amount of protection from you or pretty easily. Whenever it's left to its own devices, however, the mortar lasts for a very, very long time. It can just put out constant fire for a long time, almost as long as its cooldown, I'm pretty sure, if it keeps firing. It stays up for about 180 seconds, if I had to put a rough estimate on it. So it's very good for holding down an area that's already secure. Like if enemies wander into that area, it will destroy them. But it is very situational in that regard. It doesn't do a good job against heavy enemies. It doesn't really do a good job against a lot of chaff units, but like a decent amount it will destroy. So for that reason, I can't put it any higher than Helldivers Certified, but I think it slots in there quite well because it's not bad. It's just a very situational thing, and once you find that situation... Hey you, yes you, the one that's not subscribed. See, whenever I'm competing with Mr. Beast in another 6 months for subscribers, you're going to regret not subscribing at this exact moment. You love my voice, you love the videos, come on, just like, subscribe, you know what to do, or I'll throw you off the cliff like this guy. The Autocannon Sentry. An automated cannon, turret-firing, anti-tank ammunition over long ranges. Sacrifices agility for range and power. Call-in time of 4.75 seconds, unlimited use, a cooldown time of 150 seconds. The Autocannon, oh my god, I love this thing. It's a tank-destroying machine. It fires in a slow 3-burst fire pattern, and it doesn't change targets between shots in the burst, so it'll go boom, one target, boom, same target, boom, other target. Like, it will not change for the burst. If it targets something for the burst, it will shoot all 3, no matter if it kills it or not. But that's not the main focus of this thing. It kills chaff units with absolute ease, but that's not where it shines, okay? That's just not where it shines. This thing absolutely destroys tanks. Slap this thing on an unaware charger or even Bile Titan and it will destroy them with ease. It's a master taking out hulks and tanks as well. And if you'll see from the footage, you pair this bad boy up with the rocket sentry, it absolutely destroys dropships too, taking out a whole entire wave of enemies with absolute ease. But be warned, this thing will kill you in one shot if it hits you. You will die in one shot. And even then, sometimes it just has a mind of its own and will shoot you for absolutely no reason, I've noticed. So it's a bit dangerous, but I'm going to slap this one in an easy democracy incarnate. I absolutely adore the autocannon turret. Onto the autocannon's partner in crime, the rocket sentry. A powerful automated turret, effective against armoured units. This target will primarily aim at larger enemies. A call-in time of 4.75 seconds, unlimited uses, and a cooldown time of 150 seconds. This explosive anti-tank sentry is another amazing one. As seen before, it absolutely destroys dropships when partnered with an autocannon, destroying a wave of enemies at a time. It also has the added benefit of auto-prioritizing large units like Chargers and Bile Titans, which should be the main focus of this tank destroyer anyway, but the explosive radius is also big enough to the point that it will destroy chaff units and groups of chaff units fairly easily. However, if you place this thing wrong, there is a high chance it will kill you, kill a teammate, or even kill itself. It almost seems to want to kill itself at times, like it just finds ways to die. It's a bit annoying at times, to be perfectly honest with you. It's got a good constant fire rate, and it reloads all visible rockets, so you can actually track how much ammo this thing has left by looking at the rockets. I wouldn't stand around the front of it, to be honest, because it might just shoot you in the face. But it's a very, very good turret. It's very, very good, but it doesn't have many drawbacks, in my opinion. But as a standalone, I prefer the autocannon turret to the rocket turret, if that makes sense. Like, they're very good together, but on their own, I think the autocannon is better than the rocket one. It also has blast back, so if you're standing behind it, it will knock you over if it shoots. But yeah. So for that reason, I'm going to drop it down into Helldivers Certified, not quite Democracy Incarnate because of its solo use. And last, and probably least in my opinion, the EMS Mortar. A turret firing static field generators that slow enemies advance. Call-in time of 4.75 seconds, unlimited uses, and a cooldown time of 180 seconds. I don't know about this thing. Every single time I use it, I wonder if I'm simply using it wrong. And as you know, if you watch my past tier lists, I'm not a big fan of status effects unless it's fire. It claims to slow enemy advances, and from what I researched, is best against automatons. But for whatever reason, the field never seems to actually work for me. Like, it would land and you would see the field, you'd see it, but it wouldn't slow down a lot of enemies. They'd either walk right through it or at best just get slowed down for literally like 5 seconds at most. It's very situational, just like the regular mortar. I do like the mortar being a mortar though, because it gives you that long range advantage. But a lot of the time you'd throw this thing to escape something like that's chasing you, to like slow it down and you can escape. But by the time it shoots and the shell lands, it would be through the area of effect anyway and literally be right on you anyway. So it wouldn't even slow it down because it would be through the area of effect already. It has a 180-second cooldown, which really doesn't do it any favors because at that point, I would rather destroy the thing that's chasing me rather than slow it down. I'll give it this though. It's definitely good for defense type missions, whether it be flags or rockets. It's good at slowing down enemies that have to travel through a funnel. With a couple of simple buffs, it could be very good, but for me, this is just going to bring up the rear and go into meh. And there you have it. Another tier list has come and gone. Can I get a drum roll for the final standings? I don't know how to put a drum roll yet, and I'm the one editing. So here we are. Here's the final standings. The autocannon, the Gatling gun, the machine gun turret, the rocket turret, the mortar, and the EMS mortar. In that order, I didn't do the Tesla because that's for a different ranking video, but there is the final standings. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a bit shorter than my other tier list, it's coming up in the 10-minute mark. But I really appreciate you if you stood around to the end, if you stayed around. And I'm a small content creator. I'm still working out the highs and lows of the editing software that I'm using. So any support is really validated. I replied to all my comments. But thank you for staying around. Like and subscribe.